So speaking of weird water, I've on my floor, I tweeted about this yesterday. There's this tiny little spot of water like this that I keep finding on my floor. Just it's like a laminate, crappy wood floor, and I wipe it up. There's my tweet, and it's there all the time. Like I'll wipe it up, and 6 hours later, it's there again.
You have a drip from your ceiling.
There's no drip, dude. I've like palmed all the ceiling. It's not weird. It's not wet. It's not moldy. I think what it is.
Here we go.
Because I once stop. I once found a cockroach lying on its back in a load of juice in the middle of my floor, and I was like, "Oh, did I crush a cockroach to death? That is gross."
When you say juice, what do you mean?
It was just in a puddle that looks exactly like that.
Okay, like
it was
you
on
thought
its
it was
back.
stone cockroach fluid.
Yeah, I figured like maybe I crushed it.
It wasn't like orange juice. Okay.
No. I went to pick up the dead cockroach.
Go ahead.
It was alive. It jumped up, legged it, and like trailed the juice with it. I was like, so did the cockroach come out here?
Is that what you did? Is that exactly how you reacted when the cockroach jumped up in your hand?
You went, huh?
Or did you go like this?
Yeah.
I would love to see you do that.
It was a lot of this. So it legged it, and I was like, so did the cockroach come out here, go onto its back, and then piss all over itself? Like, I didn't know what order that happened in. I don't know what order, like how the liquid got around the cockroach.
Cockroach.
So what I'm thinking now is that cockroaches might release some like oily water, and I think that's where all the cockroaches are pissing in my little apartment.
It's going to the exact same spot.
You saw the thing. There's like a load of little patches where that water was.
That's actually what's in Oh My, by the way. Cockroach oily water.
We've been collecting it for months.
It took a long time.
I tweeted the picture and everyone was saying it was like ghost jizz and stuff like that. But I really might set up a camera and time lapse that piece of floor to see where the hell it's coming from.
You should absolutely do that.
How frequently does it come back? Like you wipe it, when will you expect to see it again?
Well, usually I wipe it and I leave for the day and go to work and it's back. It'll be back by the time I get home tonight.
It's waiting for you.
I'm going to put this out there. You have a cat.
I don't have a cat.
You do have a cat.
The cat's in the main house. The cat never comes in my...
Egg's not your cat. How come I see videos of you with Egg on your chest and shit?
Sometimes I'll let her in.
Burnie.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
just
his
to
real
get
cat.
That was also
That's his show cat. Like, oh, look.
Egg never goes
pandering to the internet with cat videos.
Yeah, that was
That's also way too little to be like cat piss.
Yeah. Also, that was Isaac. That wasn't Egg.
Yeah, let's be honest. If a cat really only pissed that little, no one would be upset when it went inside.
He's building it up.
I really am confused, though. I have no idea what
You're
it is.
confused.
It's a drip.
It's not a drip. Why would it...
How did you find it?
Is the floor slanted? Is
Burnie,
it like
have you been
dripping
listening?
and sliding
It's
in from the
cockroach
side?
Piss. They're
It
coming out.
emanates from
They're
cockroaches.
pissing on themselves, and they're falling over in
A
their
drip?
shit.
That's stupid. Cockroach piss? That's a more legitimate
If a
answer.
cockroach made a puddle that big, that would be like me pissing a 55-gallon drum every time I went to the bathroom. That's how big that is in comparison.
They're drinking.
Well, it might not be piss. It might just be like a weird defense fluid. But
Cockroach defense fluid.
It obviously worked with you because the cockroach got away when you
it
approached
bloody
it.
did. It was playing dead.
Playing possum.
The other theory I have is that Griffin gave me a rug that I never used because the way it was folded, it was kind of crushed. So when I rolled it out, it
has a crease.
It was creased in
Yeah,
in
I
like
know what you mean.
sections. So I thought I'll roll it up backwards and then just put it against the wall for a while. That was about a year ago, and I still haven't put the rug down. But around the base of the rug is a ton of cobwebs and a ton of like dead insects and stuff. So I think maybe there's a gigantic spider living on the inside of my rolled up rug, and that's pissing.
What? That's what you're leading up to?
All of that story for that.
I don't know that like insect piss is such a thing as you're explaining it to be.
Well, do insects
The
piss?
insects
No,
run around
they
and
don't piss,
Piss
but
all over the place.
Yeah,
Dude, did you
insects
see
don't-
it? You ever seen a spider pissing before?
Maybe like,
What sense does that make?
maybe you should get a spider litter box.
Yeah, if you
how
set up a
big is
spider
that?
urinal.
How big is that?
That's like the size. It's like an inch.
I can see other
Oh my
spots
God.
there.
Yeah. So it's always around that spot.
So it's not in the exact same spot.
You can see other like rings
Yeah.
where it was.
Yeah.
At this point, okay, serious talk here. Do you still seriously wipe it up and clean it up every time you see it? Or is it at the point now where you're just like, fuck it. If I wipe it up, it's just coming back anyway?
I wipe it up most times I see it.
Yeah.
What
If you
sometimes
don't
you
don't
can't
wipe
be
it up, does it grow?
No.
It
So
gets
it'll only
a certain
grow to
point,
that
it's just
size and then stop.
But it doesn't.
So
It doesn't evaporate.
the insect does not need to piss again if he sees he already pissed there. He's like, well, it already went.
I guess I don't have to go.
He goes out there, he sees the puddle, he goes, where's the guy who wipes this up? Get him back in here.
I think what needs to happen is you need to go home and you need to check the center of that rug and see if there's a giant pissing spider in there. Like, you gotta get to the
I
bottom of
picture
this.
a spider with 8 dicks and like a hand on each of them, like just pissing all over the place.
One for each day of the week.
I like how even the whole leaf of this ridiculous scenario could easily be tested if he looked inside the rug, but he's like, nah.
I don't want a gigantic rug-sized spider to come out.
With
You know
eight
we have
dicks.
black widows in Texas, right? And you're what's now underneath that floor, if I recall correctly, is sand, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was before that wood was put on. It was just bricks and rubble and sand
Yeah. So it could be coming up through. Could be.
up through the laminate floor.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If there's
Water
a hole.
goes through wood.
If there's a hole.
It's not real wood.
Well, it's even more likely then.
Oh, right.
Is it?
I don't know.
Less likely.
Wood is kind of porous.
Yeah, so it's like laminate. Laminate's just like fucking sawdust that's pressed down, right?
Oh, I thought it was plastic.
Fuck if I know.
I
I have
wouldn't-
tile.
You should set up a time lapse.
Very
You
well.
should set up a time lapse and do
Yeah.
it.
I will.
Do you have like your lights on all the time?
In my like the.
How is that hard?
He looked like you were trying to trick him. Like he had that confused look on his face. Like, am I being made fun of?
He looks at my red ball and it was confusing to me.
No,
you
you
keep your
spilled
lights
it.
on.
Here's why. He spilled it all over his leg, and he's got drops of Red Bull on his leg now. I think that's probably what it fucking is. It's probably Red Bull.
Wait,
Because he didn't even notice. He was like, blah, blah.
anyone
He's, like,
watching
covered
live,
in
did
Red
any,
Bull.
did any sort of small insects or spiders run here and piss on Gavin in the last minute or two?
Just like really fast. They come out, they piss, and they leave.
It's like
I
a
would,
hummingbird piss.
Yeah, they piss a 55-gallon drum, and then they fucking book it, and they're
Praying
gone.
mantis on a bender.
I would
With like, you're gonna take a gigantic leap.
I would set up my GoPro to time lapse it, but I lost my GoPro.
You think I'm
drank the
confused?
bear,
See how
okay?
confused you are when you see me on your time lapse camera spitting all over. the floor.
No, pissing.
What would you do though?
Taking his
If that's what it
house and
was,
piss.
you got a time lapse and it's just Ray comes into your home like once a night. He just stands there for an hour drooling in that spot, and then just goes home.
The most puzzling part about that video would be, how did he get here?
Like who gave him a ride?
Yeah, like who gave Ray a ride in the middle of the night to come drool on the floor?
What could possibly be the weirdest
around.
explanation for just a continuing drop of water on your floor? And what are you gonna do if it falls from the ceiling?
If
And
what falls
it'll
from the
just
ceiling?
appear, and you'll be like, "This is amazing! Look, it just appeared out
Well,
of
at least
nowhere."
I'll know it was not a bug. I'm honestly, I only get a time lapse so I know it's
It's
not
really
a
the
bug.
bug thing.
Going back to this bug.
Do you really think it's a
Not a
bug?
bug.
Well, the cockroach was in the same kind of puddle.
Maybe it's cursed.
Maybe he just like walked through the puddle that's always there anyway.
It was that was in a different place.
Or maybe he was there when the puddle appeared and it drowned him.
Maybe
It's like the Bermuda Triangle in your floor. and
maybe it's
sucking
a
up the
liquid
bugs.
cockroach, and when it gets
Oh.
cold enough, it solidifies. It makes
It's like a T1000.
What if this is? What if
like
Gavin lives over the
reforming.
spot in the universe where cockroaches come out of the earth, and this is it? We've discovered
Maybe
the
he
nexus.
lives on like an ancient cockroach burial ground. And these are the spirits of the
Stupid.
cockroaches.
You
It's
guys
like your
are
own
stupid.
poltergeist.
Yeah, we're
You
pretty
guys
silly,
aren't any
Gavin.
help. I'm still just as confused.
So listen, look, I'm gonna rely on you as an expert now because I gotta go back to this thing. Gavin is absolutely correct. He can identify waters, and we can't hold that against him.
That was amazing.
I'm telling you, I knew
Judged
I,
by smell.
I told Kara in the control room, I said, you're going to be very disappointed by the way this works out because he will be able to do it. I ran this test with him already.
Right. So smell the water on your floor.
Well,
That
to
seems
determine
like the
whether
most-
it's tap water.
Well, I mean, it's a start, whether it's water or not. You know what water smells like. Go from there. If you smell your floor and say, listen, guys, I smelled it, you can trust the super sniffer. It ain't water. We're inclined to believe you after this test. Then we'll go from there. Maybe the bug piss slightly more plausible. We
never
gotta
had-
get past that first.
Have you never just had mysteries in your apartment?
I don't think so. Not really.
Apartment
I don't,
mystery.
I don't think so.
What would an apartment mystery be?
You've never just been confused by something for an extended period.
If I fixed it, if I do.
No, like one time my garbage disposal didn't work, so I called maintenance and they fixed it.
Really? You didn't put a time lapse camera on it?
Yeah, I was like, what? I wonder if bugs broke
You didn't
it.
think it was filled with spiders that had mysteriously appeared and started pissing in your garbage disposal?
I wonder if bugs are building a dam in there to try to flood the basin. Gavin, I trust you though. I think you'll get it figured out. I really do.
I hope so. It's bugging the crap out of me.
Is it really? How
Yeah.
much time a day do you think you spend thinking about
How
this
long has
drop
this been
of water?
going on?
I used to have my 360 right next to my wireless device.
Yeah.
And it was always much slower than just plugging the fucking Ethernet cable into
Always.
it. Every time.
Doing a speed test for me with my MacBook Air over Wi-Fi is more than less half the speed.
More than less half the speed.
More
Yeah,
than
don't worry
half
about
the
it.
speed.
It
less.
is more than less half the speed
I actually just
of plugging in. Does rock float on lava? Does rocks float on lava? It's more than less half the speed.
You okay,
More
Gavin?
than less than half. More than less than half.
It's hard to say so many words. in one
Language
day.
is
You didn't say that
language is
many.
tough.
We said a lot of words today.
Yeah.
We had a
In
big
general,
day,
yeah.
a long day of
We
filming.
did. We did.
So I live in a part of Austin. It's a big park. It's like the region is called after a park, and it was one of the only houses out there when it was just nothing but hunting land. And that house was, I think, the governor's hunting lodge. And then they expanded it over the years. Like people added to it. Like the guys before me added like the whole back part of it that's on there. And the house goes back to like 1934 was when it was built, which is don't write me and tell me that your house is older. I know there's older houses in parts of the world, like Texas, a lot older. But it was 1934, and the guy when I moved in, the real estate agent goes, "Yeah, this house was here in 34, and here's a picture. Do you want to see a picture of the original house?" Like I said, "Sure." So guy fucking hands me this photo, and it's my house with nothing else around it. Okay, it's black and white photo, one of those square ones. It's like super thick. It looks like it was printed on silver plate. And he hands me that thing, and it's this black and white photo, and it's my house. Everything's perfectly normal, except there's this fucking kid like this in the front yard. And I'm like, why the fuck did you show me this photo? Why the fuck? The kid looks like the most evil thing on the planet. He's like slightly out of focus where it looks like there's kind of two of them, too. It's like, fuck.
And now he's pissing on Gavin's floor in the middle of the night.
Dude, you're gonna get the water next.
Yeah,
watch
man.
out.
I was like, take this fucking photo back. I do not want
You
this
know,
photo in my house.
You should
The
recreate
kid
it.
actually comes with the house. You'll see him soon.
You should put Teddy in your front yard and recreate it. And
Now
then
you know why I
give it
haven't
to the
done-
realtor and they're like, in the year 2200, show this to whoever's buying the house.
It's the same kid. He just stands in the front yard.
Do you know that Google Earth has when you're looking at the top down? I was looking at my
Can I
town.
tell you something? I've never used Google Earth. I looked at it one time and I couldn't figure the interface out and I just gave up. That
Yeah.
was like 10 years ago.
I only opened it because I was like,
with you.
I opened it
Fuck
because
you, Earth.
it was installed on
Never
my
again.
it was installed on my laptop. I was like, I don't know why I have this. I opened it to see what it's about.
You have to install it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I guess you can.
okay.
I have it installed. And there's a slider at the top now, and I drug it back, and it goes back in time through all the photos of that area. It's pretty cool.
That
so
is
I could
pretty cool.
I could drag it back and see stuff disappearing from my town.
Oh,
and
that's
it went
neat.
all the way back
Like you're
to
playing God.
it went all the way back to the 1930s. It was just black and white at that point.
And there was a creepy kid staring at you.
Yeah, looking up. What?
How do they have satellite views from the 30s?
I imagine if a helicopter took a picture or something.
Really? For Google?
What?
For Google?
No, just to make a map. What you think?
Seems.
You
pretty
think there were no photos of the world before?
I think for
Back then,
Google
it wasn't
Earth.
called Google. It was just Guggen Sons Incorporated.
What's so hard to believe about that?
the Guggen
Guggen Son's livery or livery.
Library. What a fucking helicopter just flying around in the
Guggen Son's
30s.
haberdashery.
How do you think they got an air? How the fuck they get an aerial? It's a hot air balloon or
When
something.
did they invent the plane?
1917 or 1907, but they flew him into World War One. But I don't know when was the helicopter?
All right,
know.
fine, a plane. Someone took a picture of a plane.
Fucking dip that wing.
Take another photo.
Or they hadn't figured out to put the tail rotor on the
gonna
helicopter.
use
The whole
this
thing just
one
spins
day.
the whole time.
There's a dude launched out of a cannon with a camera. Take a photo. Landed a big
They get the strong
Like
man
a
to catch
fucking
him,
catapult.
the real strong guy with the
That'd
little
be-
lion leotard.
That'd be a great photography contest, like best picture fired from cannon.
Me. Just drag the slider back to 1930 and check out my house.
My aerial photos from 1930.
It was a cool feature. I thought it was cool.
It's cool. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. You and me,
no,
Gavin.
no, no. That is
like
really
you can see the town shrink over, or grow.
yeah.
And in that Kickstarter video for Outlander, they showed that one arcade game. I'd never seen it before called iRobot, where it's like the first game that ever had fully filled polygons on the screen, and they tell a story about how most of those games in getting shipped to the United States were sunk in a boat
yeah.
in the Pacific.
Yeah. There's the bottom of the ocean.
It's like more than half of those arcade games never even made it to the United States because they sank to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean in a shipwreck.
There's some fish having a great time down there.
They're like, if only we had electricity. There's a
should
weird
make
dry
a-
spot that it comes in my house every night.
I feel like they should make a Pixar movie of mermaids and crap playing arcade games at the bottom of the ocean.
That should be the name of the movie, Mermaids and Crap.
Crap play
It's
games.
crap.
Yeah.
It's like the merging of Wreck-It Ralph and Little Mermaid all together.
This summer, the adventure you've been waiting for. Mermaids and crap.
Dad, I just want to play games. You don't understand me. Shut the fuck up. Do your mermaid crap. I get to be king of the sea by letting people play video games.
On your
All right,
phone.
I'm walking away. My dog's just dumped nice little nugget on your lawn. What do you do?
Hey, clean up your dog shit.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
It's intimidating. I'd probably do it.
That was
Absolutely would.
intimidating?
Yeah, he was serious.
Clean up your dog shit. That was intimidating.
I don't know. What would you say?
I'd be like, what the fuck? pick your fucking shit up, dickhead.
We're not in Jersey, remember?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
It'd be more effective
it's,
here.
It's in me. Yeah, somebody from Austin would just start crying. They'd be like, "Do you want me to eat it?" And I'd be like, "I don't know. Do whatever. Get the fuck out of my face."
As long as it's not in the yard.
Yeah,
then it's not your
give a
problem.
fuck. Put
Do
it
you
in your
take your
mouth
dog
and
on
walk it on
walks?
out of here.
Yeah.
You guys go on walks with your dog?
Yeah.
Just curious.
Is it illegal? I assume it's illegal to fling shit at someone. But is it
I
illegal to
assume so.
fling their own dog shit at them? Like, if you got a shovel and just wanged it up their back, would you get in trouble?
Yes.
Probably.
what?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
What do you mean? Yeah, what?
What's your question?
Would you get in trouble for flinging dog poo that is the person's?
Yes.
What pooed it?
It's not the
Oh.
person. First of all,
okay.
it's the dog.
Okay. It's
the dog.
But yeah,
Throw the dog shit at the owner of
I
the
don't know
dog.
if you get in trouble for throwing shit at a dog. That would be interesting. Throwing dog shit at a person, yes.
What if you
Definitely
try and
dog. The dog doesn't
what if
know
you
any
try
better.
and jam it back up the dog's ass? Is that illegal?
by physics.
I'm putting this back where it came from. Hey, you forgot something. Or shut up the owner's ass.
Oh Jesus,
You
Michael!
take it with you. Gavin's gonna throw up.
Really? That's what did it?
A dog turd going up somebody's ass. You're pathetic. Gavin, drink some more beer. Okay.
I think you're all overreacting. Who cares? Fucking dog shit. When
I
I was growing
dog
up, there was
shit's
dog
smelly.
shit all the time everywhere. This is picking up with the plastic bags a new thing.
I'm sick of it. Why do I always have to pick up their
What's
shit?
bullshit and Gus shouldn't have to pick up
Yeah,
other people's
I'm
dog
stepping in
shit.
shit. I'm having to pick it up.
Gavin's a baby,
I'm done with it.
That's part of having a lawn.
Done with it.
No, fuck that.
Social
I'd
contract.
put like fucking turrets on my front lawn, okay?
Absolutely.
I would like blow dogs up as they walked by. Don't fucking shit
That
on my
being
lawn.
said, I let
Get the fuck out of here.
I let my cat out all the time. He probably shits in people's yards all
so
the
would
time.
you have a bitch?
I sent.
Gavin's supposed to be coming over to play. I hear a knock at the door. I'm like, that's Gavin. You should be here. So I see some dude standing there that I don't know, right? And I'm like, all right. So I open the door, and he's like, oh, hey, I live in this apartment, like down the hall or whatever. I'm like, okay. And he's like freaking out. He's like shaking his hands and shit. He's like, oh, there's somebody in my apartment. There's like guys in my apartment. And I'm like, what? Wait, what the hell's going on? And he's like, oh, can you call the police? There's people in my apartment, and they have gasoline. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck this guy is. Whatever. Hang on. So I go inside. I get my phone. I come out, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do shit, but you can call him if you want to. Here you go. Because he's like, I don't want to go back into my apartment. It's not safe. So I'm like, hey, sure, here's my phone. I unlock it, I give him the phone. He calls 911, right? And he's like, oh, police, I need the police. He either ask for police or fire first. And I'm just standing there, and Lindsay's like behind me, and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, stay inside the house. Because this guy's like kind of weird. And so he gets the operator, and he's talking to him, and he's like, normal enough, where like the guy's shaking a little bit, but it just seems like shaken up. But he's, talking normal enough, like, oh, yeah, this and that. There's these guys in my apartment. And I didn't hear the exact conversation from the operator, but, it's along the lines of like, oh, yeah, what are they doing? And he was like, well, there's like 5 or 6 of them, and they're destroying my couch, and I'm pretty sure they're trying to build a spaceship. And I'm like, oh, fuck. God,
shit.
oh, fuck me. And I'm standing there, I'm just like, oh, shit. Just like,
That's
all
a
right,
fucking red
I'm
flag.
now in a, and then my first thing was like, all right, he's wearing short shorts, and he doesn't have like a knife or a gun, so I'm not gonna get murdered. Like, he didn't have any weapon on him. Literally, that was my first thought. And then
sized him up.
He's talking to the operator, and they're like, da, 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 and he was like, they were like, describe him, whatever. And he's like, oh, well, there's a couple guys, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, and one of them, he's got no body. And she's, and he's like, no, he's got a head, he has no body. And then I'm like standing there, and he goes, yeah, I thought it was pretty weird too. And I'm like, oh, fuck me, dude. So we live like right near the police station and the fire department. So within like a minute or two, like the guy, the guy's still on the phone or whatever. And within a minute or two, the fire truck, I see the light show up, and I'm like, thank fucking Christ.
Michael's over there going,
Yeah.
chloroform.
Yeah. I would have used it, man. So he goes down, he's talking to like the fireman, and like he goes up the stairs, and I get my phone back, and like 4 of them go with him, and I grab like the one guy, and I'm like, so this guy's fucking crazy. And I'm like, I just giving you guys a heads up. Like, he was talking about people not having bodies, and the guy's like, yeah, we heard that over the radio. And so, like, it's just like 5 or 6 firemen now standing in the corridor of my apartment complex. And this guy's standing outside. And he's like, oh, we're all in there with gasoline and everything. And this is when Gavin shows up. And he's like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, get inside now. I was like, shut the door. And then eventually the fireman left. And then there was like a bunch of cops there. And I'm just like, all right, bye. And then we left. Because I think we went to dinner first or something. And we left. And it was like all said and done by the time we got back. But I'm like, great, so I'm gonna get murdered in the next like week or 2.
And I was thinking about when I lived in England, how far I would have to search to find someone as crazy as that. My court is just like across the corridor
And down the hall.
and down the hall.
Listen,
So,
when
guy, if you're listening though, listen. Hey, remember, I did open the door for you. Don't murder me. And he also said, too, he's like, I knocked on like 5 doors, and you're the only one that answered.
Did you ever tell him, though, that you have plans for a spaceship?
I did
And that
not
if he
know.
wants them, he should come to you.
No, you have a
Burnie, it
spaceship
was-
defense gun
It was
blueprint
like, as
that you'll
soon
sell
as
him.
I was like, this guy's fucking crazy. It's like, all right, play it cool. And he's like talking to me, and I'm just like, dude, you know what I mean? It's like fucking no bodies, right? You know? It's just like, say nothing to
I knew a
alarm
bunch of dudes in
this
Jersey with
man.
no bodies.
Oh, man, don't even get me
Fucking lame.
started. It's just
Those
like,
guys with no bodies, they suck.
fucking stupid jabronis.
How the fuck you build a spaceship with no
Yeah,
bodies?
it's a cool word. Yeah, so, woo.
I hate the fact that you have to do that sometimes. You have to just side with the lunatic very temporarily.
Absolutely.
It was
when
like
really
2
all you want to
minutes,
do
yeah,
is
to
like
stay alive. Yeah.
all you wanted to do was grab your phone and slam the door. I can imagine.
Yeah, I just wanted to leave, but, you know.
You got to think about it. Well, never mind. I mean, it's like you got carte blanche at that point. You know, the guy is in your house, and he is.
Well, he wasn't in my house. I never let him in.
Oh,
I
what's
went.
the phone?
I went
Oh, I
out in the
see.
hallway. No, get the fuck out of here.
Best Twitter response
no.
from, I don't know, friggin' MacGyver. The guy's totally crazy. No way you can power a spaceship with gasoline.
no body.
See, you would think
I'm
that's
out.
useful from my point of view of not wanting to speak to people. If I walk into a place and they say, "Hey, Gavin, want a thing?" and it is what I want, but I'll change it because I don't want to have a regular thing at a place.
It's the worst thing in the world. So we go to Jersey Mike's all the time. Fucking love it at Jersey Mike's. Perfect example. We went there the other day, and me, Lindsay, and Gavin went there for lunch, and we ordered our sandwiches. And like, you know, they first they do the meat and the cheese and shit, and then they move it over to the dressings and stuff and like what you want on it, like the lettuce and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like they do all the sandwiches first, but Gavin and I were off like to the side by the drinks and stuff, and they got to my sandwich like what to put on it, but I wasn't standing there. And I look over and I'm like, oh, I got to go around and tell him what I want. And right before I do that, one of the girls who's worked there for a while tells the other guy like, oh, he wants this, 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 and this. And I'm like, oh, never mind, she got it. Like I literally didn't have to walk over there. I'm like, I fucking love that. Are you
It's a
kidding
good
me?
thing.
Like I got a little
good
weirded
thing.
out.
Yeah,
There was
that's
a
awesome.
guy here at that Jersey Mike's who was like a manager who was there for a long time who got to the point where he started recognizing me and knowing my order, and that made me a little uncomfortable. So one day I was up north by the Arboretum.
What's gonna happen?
And there was another
get
Jersey
you.
Mike's there, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna eat at this Jersey Mike's because the guy's not gonna be there. I walked in, motherfucker was working there. It was like literally the other side of town. He's like, oh, hey, guys. I was like, whoa, what?
That's fucking crazy.
I wish I could have seen my face.
Dude.
He's like, you want the club sub? No tomato?
No.
Yes.
They at one point,
Wow,
we
that's
went
crazy.
in, and Lindsay and I got a sandwich, and they wrote his and hers on the sandwich. Now the last time we went, we all got our sandwiches. Didn't say anything. The 3 of them came out. It said G, M, and L on the sandwich.
Really?
Yeah, and they're like, bye guys. And then Gavin's like, I hate it.
Well, don't eat there so much.
He
You
goes
eat
there all the
every
time.
day.
He complains about it. He goes there like at least once a week, if not more.
It's
I mean,
quick.
I go there like 3 times a week. 'cause
It's quick.
It's close and it's fucking delicious.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's
So,
has amazing subs.
Matt went there for Hullum for lunch today, and we got this thing. It was like a sandwich with no bread, and it comes in like this Tupperware container.
Okay, you got
and it's like
the
that.
salad basically.
Yeah, salad.
It's like a
sub, basically.
sandwich bowl. They
Well,
take the bread out and throw it in a bowl.
I go, that looks pretty good. I go, Jersey Mike's got that there, and he goes, yeah. He goes, I don't like it though. He goes, 2 things I like about it. I go, what is it? First, he goes, first I don't like the name. It's called a sub in a tub. And I go, yeah, that's pretty weird because I hate asking for it. I go, what's the other thing you don't like about it? I thought he was gonna say like it's like too much lettuce or something like that because I was looking at it. He goes, they just give it to you. I go, what does that mean? They just give it to you. He goes, well, it's not like fanfare. Wait, what? What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, they just make it. They're like, here you go.
Matt, hold on, please come down. What is this?
we have a sub in a tub.
From the 4 corners of the earth, sub in a tub.
I have no idea what he meant by that. But I was
How
he
do we
was
have
really
a picture of a
upset
sub
by
in a tub that fast?
it.
Somebody had that ready to go. That's Matt's sandwich from today.
He was legitimately upset that there's no fanfare associated with it. I mean, look at that presentation of that thing.
I mean,
it's
where,
just like,
where
here you
is
go,
there
fuck you.
fanfare? Like, when do you ever have fanfare?
I don't know. When you get a sandwich at Jersey Mike's, they go,
Sir, a cheesesteak. Excellent choice. Let me get that for
Like
you
serve
right
it and give it
now.
like jazz
Yeah,
hands.
they give it to you in hand and then they back away like this.
Here's your fucking sub in a tub, fucker.
That's the Jersey way,
Yeah,
right?
they throw it across. They just take it and actually flip it out of the tub into your face.
I think he even made the noise of like that he made for the house when he touched it. He goes, yeah, they just give you this. Like, nah. It's like, there you go.
So was he serious about this?
He was, dude, he was dead serious.
just
He was
give it to
upset
you.
about his lunch because of the lack of fanfare from the sub in a tub.
You know, I mean, gotta eat lunch, but like a little fanfare with my lunch.
I don't think he's gonna go back to that place unless he sees like a under new management sign. Now with fanfare, with pizzazz.
If he sees it now hiring, you know what? I'm gonna go in there and make a difference.
Show them how to do it right.
All right, it's time to wrap up. We gotta go.
Oh, I gotta beat him into the restaurant next time he goes there. Go to that place and just go. Look, when the next guy comes in, I'll tip you $5. Make a big fucking deal. Call your friends.
Sing a song.
Dude, hey, Pete, this guy's got a stomach and cup. Come here. Get the fireworks.
There's another
hang on,
employee.
one second. No, come here.
There's another employee standing behind that guy going, "It's happening! It's happening!
Break the glass. Get the thing.
Call corporate."
Get the red phone. Get it. It's happening, sir. Red alert.
Matt's gonna fucking fire me tomorrow. Oh my god.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.